look at that. I'm starting off on the bang tonight, Hunter. Mike is muted, but hey, welcome, Sooner Surge. Welcome back, Sooner Surge Live on this Thursday night. Another week almost gone, Hunter, and it's went by very quickly, even though there's not a whole lot going on football-wise. I see people still talking about Jim Knowles. Like, it's over with. I'm not going to talk about Jim Knowles. I'm not doing it. Not much to talk about it. But what's up, everybody? Chester, Pink Floyd, Monty, Ron, KB, all y'all. What's going on? Hunter, what's going on with you, man?
Not much. Not sure why Jim Knowles is still being talked about in the chat, but
you didn't want to talk about him when it was his option.
I did it, and then it really got bad for the 6 days or so following the national championship game for Ohio State. So yeah, OU women's tough loss on the road. They were getting blown out in the second half. Really went stale in those middle quarters, and then come back and nearly pull it off. Just LSU is a tough place to win, and Kim Mulkey, teams coached by Kim Mulkey tend to get pretty chippy, and it did tonight. I mean, there's was an ejection for both teams. Both coaches got technical fouls. Both players are going to be suspended for a game.
Yeah, they
classified it as a fight, which I kind of disagree with that classification. Maybe I need to look at the rule there, but it was just one shove each way. I don't know how that's classified as a fight, but
the problem is you got Kentucky coming into Norman, and now Liz Scott's out.
Yeah,
that hurts. Tough. That hurts. And Mark,
about 7 points out of your lineup right now, so you got to be tough at home.
What's up, Aaron? What's up, Steeler Man? Mark said softball in a week. Correct. We will be doing a softball live here soon to kind of preview the season and everything. So make sure you're tuned into that. I cannot believe it's already softball season. It's kind of wild. I'm pretty pumped about softball season because they got a whole bunch of new blood in there. I'm interested to see how they do. And Hunter, I saw this up here and I got to ask you. John says Hunter for DC. Here's the question I'm going to ask you. I know you play EA Sports 25. Would you be a better OC or DC?
OC all the way.
Really?
In the video game, but
so you're better offensively on the video game than you are defensively?
Until I do something stupid, but yeah, for the most part, I play more offense. Usually, if I'm playing the game, I play offense only to get the game over quicker. So
I'm insulted, Mark. I'm insulted. I'm not yelling. I'm not Jeremy. I'm Jason. Mark's asking, Jerm, how do you cut the grass behind you? I could start yelling and maybe I would sound a little more like Jerm. But, Mark, it's fake grass, obviously. I don't know. My wife built this maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago before we even were doing podcasts. This is just in the garage. We got a ping pong table and got this behind there. So TV to watch some games and stuff. But yell and then go off camera. Should I? I'm so tired. I'm so tired of everybody telling me what I'm thinking. Jeez.
I could live without the yelling. Got a headache tonight, so these few minutes without Jerm are great. And into the softball world for a minute. 2 things today. The SEC preseason poll came out. Oklahoma was picked 3rd in that. They also had 3 all SEC preseason nominees in Pickering, Abby Dayton, and Ella Parker.
Hey, and you know what? And Jeremy will be on here in a minute. He was finishing up something. He'll be on. Hey, I've seen a lot of OU fans, softball fans, that are very upset with them being picked 3rd, not only in the country, but in third in the SEC. But you got to realize people do not pick off past anymore. It used to be that more. I think it used to be that more in sports where they would rank. If you won it, they're going to rank you 1 until you lose. It's not that way anymore. They pick it off projections.
Well, you have to determine what your poll is. Is it just based off of the last year? And in that case, then Oklahoma would be number 1. And you can't argue that. They've won 4 straight national championships. But if it's based off of what you're projected to be, which is where it's starting to go, yeah, I mean, Oklahoma lost the greatest senior class of all time. And yeah, they might prove me wrong, especially, and go win a 5th one. That would be unbelievable. I don't know I wouldn't pick it to happen. It can happen because OU softball is that good. They reload. They had a great portal class and a great freshman class. But to say that at this point in time, I think it's tough to do because of who they're having to replace.
Well, and that's what Ryan says. They're young. Nobody knows them. Fuel to the fire, Jackson says. I like that a lot. It's going to add fuel. Hey, and I think we got.
Yeah, people were asking where Jerm is. Here he is. I'll get him up here.
There he is.
Hey, what's up? I'm going to come in very fired up already because I just heard about the last 45 seconds.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what y'all been talking about except for softball, but here's my question. I'm absolutely picking OU to win the softball championship. How do you not?
Are you there, Jerm? I'm kind of confused on what. You're lagging, man. You're lagging bad. It's like you haven't joined yet. Germinator's there, but kind of. I don't know what's going on. He's so fired up, Hunter. He can't even get it out. He's so fired up he can't even spit it out. Okay. Yeah. I thought you know what I thought he was going to say is I've watched the last 45 seconds. I thought he was going to say he saw me act like him.
That's what I thought he was going towards. So,
Jerm, are you there?
He's still not here. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. Somebody hijacked it, but yeah. So what were we even talking about? Softball?
Yeah, softball. They're 3rd in the preseason poll. In general, 3rd in the SEC as well. The 2 teams they are behind are 1 and 2 in the preseason softball poll. So it's really not that big of a shock. Or maybe they're not 1 and 2. They're both in the top 5. I know that.
Hey, I got to bring something up. KB sent a message today, and it was a video of the interview from Marty Smith with Arch Manning. Have you seen it, Hunter?
Artie Smith, Arch Manning, I have not.
Really good interview. Marty Smith's one of the best there is at interviews, but he sat down with Arch Manning. I think it was 17, 20-minute interview. Really good. Man, you can just tell, though, he comes from a football family. It's just –
I mean, are you shocked by that though? I mean,
no, but I honestly, I've never really sit and listened to him much. I mean, he definitely does have that football background, head on his shoulders type guy. But somebody's asking about the Eagles' chances. Hunter, how you feeling? What's the line? What's the line?
I think it's KC by 2 right now, but I will say personally, I'm feeling pretty good because the Eagles have Saquon Barkley. I mean, it's the best player in the world. I mean, when you have that on that field in the Super Bowl, you have to like your chances there.
Best running back since, in your opinion?
I feel like you have to say Derrick Henry because of that year Derrick Henry had a couple of years ago.
Okay,
but if you're going with somebody that's not active right now, I would say Adrian Peterson. Yes, that year that Adrian could have broke the record.
I would say something. Hey, Dave, thanks so much for the super. Very appreciative. I think Jerm's ready to get in. I just got a text.
He's not. He's not on here. So, like, it's not registering that he's here.
I don't know what's going on, Jerm. We're going to try it again. We'll get you on here, man. Just get in here and we'll get you on. Hunter, you got to just go out there and have a defensive guy sweep the leg in the first quarter and put Mahomes on the sideline.
I don't know about that, Mark. Would never root for injuries there. I think it's going to be a good game regardless. I mean, the last time that game went down to really the final flag, less than or about a minute or so left, that pass interference call on Bradbury against Juju Smith-Schuster.
Jerm, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm here. I've been here. Been here for the last 5 minutes.
Your screen is pitch black.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
I can see you plain as day, Jay.
And it might be a good thing that nobody can see you. So, I mean, you can keep it like that if you want. I don't know what's going on where you're at.
I'm at my house, Jay.
Oh, okay. Wait, Lori says she can see
me. Yeah, it's your end. It's been your end the whole time, dude.
No, it's not.
Well, they can see me. Can you see me?
No, and I'm kind of glad. Maybe I put something on my it blocked seeing you, so I'm fine.
Hey, well, everyone else can see me, so I'm going to say what I was going to say. I'm absolutely picking OU to win the softball championship, Jay. How can you not?
Why are you saying that I said that?
No, I think Hunter said it. I just don't see how you can pick them. How can you not pick them?
No, we were going off project. People are projecting him third right now. So
yeah, I'm picking them first. They got one of the best recruiting classes ever. The best one, Jay. They got portal gets everywhere. And they got the greatest coach in the history of the game. So how
are the OU pitchers? I think they got they got some experienced pitchers, and then they got Audrey Lowry, who's a true freshman that can just deal it. But here's the thing.
Now,
I think, how good is Kirsten Deal going to be? I think I'm interested to see if she's taken a next step. And then the other ones, it's just like you haven't seen them play in this type of atmosphere, so we'll see. But I think they're all talented. They're good. I mean, they're good pitch. It's a good staff.
I think Monticelli's, like Patty Gasso said the other day, much improved. She's going to be really good, I think.
Yeah, this is so weird that I can't see you. But
yeah, it's your guys' issue. It's not in my issue. It's your issue, Jay. Always is.
It's a bug, man. I don't know what to tell you. SEC not ready for OU.
Larry, they're going to be elite again.
Wait, who said they're not going to be good?
I don't think anyone said they're not going to be good.
Nobody said that. Larry, I don't know if you're talking about just nationwide. You've heard people say that. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I agree. Dill's going to be like a Nicole May, spot in the rotation. When you say nothing special, though, Nicole May was 18-0 the year before last. So that's pretty special. Pretty special.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jay?
Not much. I mean, it's just weird talking to black screen, but hey.
Hunter, can Hunter see me now? Yep, refresh it, buddy. Refresh the thing, buddy.
Then I'll have to leave and come back. That's fine.
Leave, man. I got this. I saw the number changes by OU players. It's going to be interesting. Get your head wrapped around the number changes. And then you got the Ben Arbuckle contract. I don't know if you guys have already talked about that, Hunter or Jay. But $1.5 million. I think he's the fourth highest paid coordinator in the SEC. Pretty good. That's pretty good pay, honestly, in my opinion. Baker won the throwing competition. Not a surprise. He's accurate. But you know how much I care about the Pro Bowl? About as much as I care about organizing my sock drawer. It's the Pro Bowl. No one cares.
Hey, you look good, Jerm. I can see you.
Always do, Jay.
Hey, so he hasn't proved himself. Were you talking about Arbuckle's pay? Is that what you were talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, fourth in the SEC. $1.5 million, $90,000 bonus if they win the national championship. I think it was what it was.
That's not much at all, honestly. But
well, yeah, there's no other bonuses in there. But couple things. I mean, fourth highest paid offensive coordinator in the SEC. That's pretty dang good, really. And then I think I heard the OU is sixth in the SEC as far as pure coaching staff salary. Maybe I heard that from Scoop, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So
I did see the quote from Josie. Disappointing, honestly.
About what?
The fact that they're probably waiting on the GM stuff till spring portal. I mean, I do get the fact that you don't really need to be in rush on that. But
the DC though. What about the
what?
DC though? What about the DC hire? Because
it needs to happen by next week.
Recruiting wise, it'd be nice to have somebody out there as a DC recruiting.
Yeah, it needs to happen. Now that he said we're close on the DC, which I think they were close 3 weeks ago. The quote was about the GM. He said, basically, I'm paraphrasing. Hunter will drop the exact quote in there for you, but I'm paraphrasing. Basically, the quote was, searching for a GM, plan on having that in place a little bit before the spring portal opens. Something to that effect. And to me, you got to have it prior to that because you got guys who are going to want to go to the portal maybe, and you might want to have a GM in place before that, in my opinion. You know when I'm going after a GM, Jay? I'm going after an NFL guy, and most of those teams are done playing right now. They're not playing right now.
You're going after an NFL guy.
Making calls right now.
You're going after an NFL GM to be your GM at Oklahoma? Or you're talking about somebody that's just in the system somewhere in the NFL? I mean,
someone from the NFL, Jay. And the other thing is,
I just don't know why a guy would leave the NFL to go to college to be a GM.
I didn't say he had to be a GM, Jay. And Jay, what are GMs getting paid in NFL? That's another thing to look at.
I don't know. And Larry, you're not the first one to say this name. There's been a lot of people say this name, and maybe there's some smoke there. I mean, Alonzo Dotson. Maybe so.
The Nate Dreiling stuff is the really hot talk right now for DC. If you want to ask me, I'm cold on it. So,
hey, this brings up
not a single thing for him.
Brings up a trivia question early in the show. So let's get to trivia. I got it right here. There's only 2 days left. 2 days left in the month, and I don't think anybody's catching 918 unless we throw 2 or 3 trivia questions out each night. But before I do, check out the FanStop, www.thefanstop.com. Code Surge, you get 10% off your first 3 months. Check them out. Great officially licensed merchandise. Pretty simple question. We're talking about defense coordinators. What day was Zach Alley hired last year? What day was he hired? What date?
Are you talking day of the week or date of the year?
Date. I'll give you a hint. It was before this date.
Official date or reported?
I'm talking when it was official on Sooner Sports. So, and Hunter, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. I have not seen the answer yet. So now, Hunter, if you want to say I'm wrong and maybe you find a different date, but I got an answer in my mind that I've looked up. That's the date I'm aware of. January 13th. Hunter, if it's different, then you can give somebody else a point too if you see a different one. But I'm going to give John a point on my end. And Hunter's going to go with that as well. So John gets the point for tonight. So Zach Alley was hired early January.
And we forgot to say this, but if you sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club at thefanstop.com by February 20th, then you will be for sure certain to receive the March Shirt of the Month Club, which, by the way, is an elite St. Patty's Day OU shirt. You're not going to want to miss it. But the only way to guarantee you get it is to get on the Shirt of the Month Club by February 20th. And when you sign up, make sure you use code SURGE. Code SURGE. OU is toast. There's Matt. He's here. He's here for it. He's here for it every night.
What was the Skalski stuff? Did I miss it in the chat?
Okay. No, but you're lagging from me. I don't know if Hunter, maybe it's just me, but the James Skalski stuff was there was a linebacker that basically said it had a great visit and talked with James Skalski and got offered by OU.
What about it?
So I think what?
What about it?
You're not moving. I think the talk was that I think people thought, well, that means Skalski's the linebacker coach. he is coaching linebackers. That's what he helps with. He's not the head linebacker coach. Now, people, in my opinion, are reading into this because, as you know, the rules for analysts changed. So
yeah, they can have as many coaches as they want as far as it do stuff. Title wise,
right.
you can still.
So I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that he's a linebacker coach.
I like Scouts. I do. I like him.
Why?
918 says, I read it as he is one of the designated 11 currently to recruit.
Why do you like him?
Mess, Hunter, maybe you can clarify all the analyst stuff and what the exact rules are. What's wrong, Jerem? Why are you throwing your hands up?
I've asked you 3 times. Why do you like him?
Well, I was answering people in the chat. I heard you loud and clear, Jerem. I heard you. Why do I like Skowski? I like Skowski because A, he played in Brent Venables' defense. B, he's coached with Brent Venables. He knows it. And C, he's a young guy, which tells me a lot of times younger guys are really good at recruiting. They just have good relationships. They can get good relationships. And there you go, Chuck. That's what I'm answering.
Okay.
But I was also answering viewers' comments. So there it is. Look at this.
I don't know if it's my end or your end, Jay. There it is right there. Look at this, guys. The question is, why would you not pick OU to win a 5th natty in softball? Why would you not go to the Fan Stop right now, thefanstop.com. If you sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club, that pretty baby right there will be sent to your doorstep in your mailbox in March, because that's the March design right there. We'll have to put the February up there too, but it's too late for that one. But that would be you would get a welcome shirt. As soon as you sign up, you would get your welcome shirt to the Shirt of the Month Club, and then you would get that shirt right there. And then each month after that is going to be pretty special because they change it each and every month. Great stuff. Fanstop, thefanstop.com. Thanks, Hunter. Appreciate you. Daniel says they do not need to hire absolutely anyone who has any connection to anyone currently involved with OU football. From the equipment guys to okay. And Daniel, are you talking about for DC and linebacker coach? Or are you talking about for GM?
I think he's talking about in general. He just said in general anything from janitor to all of it, Jerm.
I agree on both accounts. They shouldn't, Jay.
I agree.
I'm going to have to leave and come back because
why?
He just keeps
leave.
You're like frozen all the time.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye. Is it me?
Now you're not frozen.
What? See ya. Hey, somebody put in here about Dallas. Did you see the comment about Dallas? I heard something today that Dallas. Do you think? I don't think Jerry's smart enough to do this, but what?
I need someone to answer if it's you or me, because you sound like a robot on my end, Jay. I'll leave.
Well, here we are. And I don't think I was lagging. I don't think I was a robot. I thought it was Jerem the whole time. But for some reason, he's throwing his hands up and blaming me. But anyway, yes, it was the Cam quote. And it was stupid. But at the same time, the crazy thing about it is Jerry Jones isn't smart enough to do that, guys. The quote basically said, is Jerry sabotaging the season basically by hiring Brian Schottenheimer so he could go get Arch Manning and tank so they could be so bad and go get Arch Manning and Nick Saban next year. Jerry Jones isn't smart enough to do that. What's up, Jerem? Are you back?
I'm here right now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here too. Been here the whole time. Yeah. So, Mess says Division I Council remove restrictions on football analysts in 24, allowing them to coach during practice and games. This change allows analysts to provide technical, tactical. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Now, I think what you were asking, though, is about recruiting. You can still only have a certain number of players or coaches that can go recruit. That hasn't changed as far as I'm concerned. 11 off campus. There it is. So you have 11.
Are the
so
phone lines open?
Right now, last year you had 5 offensive, 5 defense, and Brent Venables. That's 11. Open the phone lines.
Open the phone lines immediately.
That's right.
Corey, good to hear from you. I'm doing better. I certainly look better. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, kids maybe using up all the bandwidth, Germ. I don't know what's going on.
I agree, Purple. Need a linebacker out of the portal, in my opinion.
Yeah, hey, the linebacker room after this year, Kobe, Kip, gone. Where do you go after that? Who's your guys? Sammy?
Well, I mean,
Sammy O.
Sammy O, James Nesta, but Connor Neer.
What I'm
those
saying
guys
is
aren't guys.
they're not very deep at linebacker. After this year, they're just not. That's why, because I think, you had that. They didn't take very many. Was it last year? They didn't take maybe one. Nesta. I think Nesta was the only one they took. So they are kind of not very deep after this next year. So 1-1. So what's up, Johnny boy?
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad since Brian Odom left. And
which doesn't
bring
make
back
sense.
Brian Odom right now.
It doesn't make sense and Marcus James this year, correct, Marcus. What doesn't make sense is Brent Venables. You would think linebacker guru. The guy I wish they would have got was Peyton Pierce. I love Peyton Pierce.
Maybe we shouldn't. And listen, I'm going to go back. Comment that was made a few weeks ago and about blew my mind, just blew a gasket, and it was this one. Oh, they processed Deshaun McCullough out. Unbelievable take. Deshaun McCullough and Lewis Carter leaving hurt OU, Jay. Those are bad losses.
Oh, Lewis Carter and Deshaun McCullough are big losses. I agree with that. I mean, depth-wise for sure.
Hey, Brando, I said he was about 65 or 70% chance coming to OU. I thought he was, man. Guess what, Brando? I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. Boom.
Do you have that paper?
No, I've lost the paper, so I'll just have to do that.
And I think this is right, Hunter. I think you're dead on. It's not that they're getting bad recruits, just not getting multiple, and they also lost depth there. That's correct. It's just kind of added up. Daniel says, have we had any big linebacker recruits these last couple of cycles? I don't think we have.
What was James Nesta and Connor Neer's ratings? 3 and 4 star. Nesta was a 4-star.
Connor Neer. Connor Neer's not even at OU.
Was he an OU recruit, Jay?
Yeah, but he transferred in.
Okay.
Not a recruit.
Okay. Hey, and by the way, I'm going to say this and I won't say anything more on it. Nope, he didn't trick me. I already know I don't follow any of his stuff. None. Zilch, nada. There's a pass there. I'm not going to say anything else. No comment.
You already did comment. Hey, there was 2 linebackers. I mentioned Peyton Pierce earlier. The other one is the guy at Clemson. Unbelievable, dude. Guy at Clemson.
Oh, Sammy Brown.
Sammy Brown. Those 2 guys.
Hey, Jay.
Now this is interesting. What would you think about this by Purple?
He's got to add a little more weight, but I would love it. And Phil Picotti's another guy they got and they lost. 3 guys: Phil Picotti, Deshaun McCullough, Lewis Carter, and then now the talk of Jaron Kannick moving to the offense. That's 4 linebackers. That's the reason their depth is bad. Michael Boganowski would have to put on a lot of weight to do that, in my opinion. I would rather see Michael Boganowski go to Cheetah because Sammy O goes to a linebacker if you're going to do anything like that.
Boganowski is going to be a great player. I'm ready for him to get some PT.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm ready for that dude to just stalk some people out on the field, man. And Powers, him and Powers both. I can't wait to watch those two guys play. You know, if you want to talk about guys, okay, who are you most excited about this next year on defense? Guys you haven't really seen much of. Boganowski's at the top of the list for me. And the other guy that's at the top list is Danny Okoye. Those two, in my opinion, are guys you haven't seen play much that I'm just super pumped to watch. Okoye and Boganowski.
Now, is Okoye a guy that could drop back to linebacker?
Man, why would you mess with him? He's so good off the edge. I don't know.
I'm not saying I would. I said, is he a guy that could?
Why would you, though? It'd be awful.
I didn't say I would.
Bogues hit for sure. Daniel says they should
have
have
done more. Y'all are annoying, man. Period.
Should have done more to keep Lewis, Carter, and McCullough. And I don't know the Lewis Carter situation. I do know he went back closer to home. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. You know, goes to UCF. You know what's, I don't know. So I don't know if he was wanting to get closer to home or what the situation was. He would have been playing more this year. So what would Germs and Jay's archetypes be? Archetypes. Well, what are you asking, Chuck? Please don't do to Okoye what you did to his son. Please don't. That's right. McCullough left, in my opinion, because he wasn't getting used at edge enough. So Jackson, so you think he's going to be he's going to be playing edge now where he went? You think he's going to be playing edge?
That's where I wanted him all along.
There were talks of that mess. Player comp on OU ever for German J? Like for me? What do you mean? Like me playing? I'm confused by the question.
I'm like a Patrick Fletcher type. Jay, I would compare Jay to Michael Honeycutt.
Why are you telling me who I am, but you can pick yours?
I'm Patrick Fletcher. Now, if you want to talk about character type, it's Baker Mayfield for me. Baker Mayfield. Jay's probably like, I could see you're a little more reserved. You're like a Nate Hibble, Jay.
Jackson Arnold, Jerm. What do you think about that?
I'm so sick of this word aura. I am so done with the word aura.
Why? Why have you even heard? Where have you heard that lately?
Jay, I'm at a junior high. I hear that word. That word's used constantly.
Hey, I would take Sam Bradford in a heartbeat. Germ is Gavin. This is a good comp right here. Gavin Freeman and Jay is Drake Stoops. I like that comp.
I will say, though, I think this show has good aura. To me, this show has good aura. Jay, I would say Jay, Jay's kind of, I'm alpha. I mean, I'm alpha here. Sigma. Anything else?
Beta? What? I don't understand what you're doing.
I'm just using lingo of the times, man. That's why, hey, this happened every time I taught, Jay. I would just start using the same language that the students used. And guess what happened? They stopped using it. I
won! What's up, Sooner United Kingdom? What's the opinion on Daniel Akinkumi? Hey, I think Akinkumi is still under the radar a little bit. I think he's got a tremendous. I think he's got a tremendous upside. You just don't hear about him very much, but I think he's got a really big upside. I mean, I'd love to see him get some PT this year, but you know what? If he doesn't this year, that doesn't mean he's not going to be really good down the road. I mean, there's been plenty of guys at Oklahoma that have set redshirted 1 year and then set their redshirt freshman year and then really good at, as a lineman. So I'm excited about Akinkumi. I can't wait to watch him. Is the transfer portal giving these kids an excuse to be homesick? The guys I knew from Florida and California never thought about leaving to get close to home. Now, you know what? That is a very, very good question and interesting. And you know what? I kind of think the portal opens it up, everything up. Okay. So homesick, maybe just you're not getting enough playing time. I'm going to go somewhere else. I think just the ability to get in the portal and transfer wherever you want, whenever you want, all that does is open it up for whatever you want. It can open it up for, I don't feel like, what the heck? I don't feel like I'm happy here. I'll transfer somewhere else. I do miss home. I'll transfer somewhere in Florida where I'm from. I don't know every person's situation, but I do think it opens up for that. Where are you now?
I'm in my vehicle, Jay. Can you hear me better?
Is that the 07 Odyssey?
Actually, it's not, Jay.
Why are you? I don't understand.
Jay, you sound old, dude. Let the kids get their bags, man.
Never said that, Eric. Don't put words in my mouth. Never said that. I never said kids can't do that. I just said I think it's opened it up for stuff. That's all I said. I think the portal has opened it up for players to do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it.
Well, Jay,
I mean,
yeah,
anybody that disagrees that the portal hasn't allowed things. I don't know who you were talking to. Jerem called it out, Eric. So I don't know. I was answering Jeremy's question. So
yeah.
Carpool Jerem is the best Jerem. Phone lines are open if you'd like to call in.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about that, Jay, but it's basically kids are taking advantage of the money opportunities they have is the big deal.
Why would you not?
Why would you not?
So, and I think it depends on the player. Some players need the money family-wise. I mean, some players need it. Some players don't. I mean, Arch Manning doesn't need it. Look at him. He set 2 years. He could have easily transferred last year. He didn't do it. He went to where he wanted to play college ball. If you watch the interview, he wanted to play at Texas, wanted to play under Sark. He's going to stick it out no matter what.
Yeah. To me, and I see this comment, if OU doesn't beat Vandy on Saturday, Porter Moser should just hire a realtor. He might already have one, but that is, if I hate the term must win, but if there ever was a must win, it's Saturday.
Oh, you have to win Saturday. You have to.
No excuse.
You have to win. Something moving behind you, Jerm.
Well, it's so foggy here, Jay. You can barely see in front of you.
Hey, what do you think about the guys that switch numbers? Hawkins switched to number 3. Is that right, Hunter? You also had Sammy O switched to number 7, I believe. He switched to 7.
And Kanik went to 12. Hey.
I don't know if that's official yet, is it, Kanik?
Oh, I thought you guys said that earlier.
No, I went off some comments people were saying on Twitter. I don't think anything's official yet.
Hey, Hunter, what's wrong with the must win? I don't like the term must win because people use it for certain aspects of things. I just think it's a term that's overused. Just like you got to get this guy in space. There's a lot of terms that I just I don't really care for.
I mean, it is a must win.
Aren't they all?
Hey, the Force says Hawkins going to tear it up in 26. That is if Mateer goes pro. What if Mateer next year does really good and decides I'm going to play another year? Then what? Let's just say Mateer has a great year but does not go pro. Then what happens? I don't even want to discuss it. I'm just bringing it up. I mean,
yeah,
it'd be an interesting dilemma for sure because they just went through a dilemma.
Part of the issue here is top 5 blue chip ratio, but to my opinion, they didn't play the young guys. And then a lot of people want OU to go get all these guys in the portal. But if they're already got blue chip ratio, play the young guys. That's been my biggest issue. They should have played the young linemen last year, in my opinion. That's been the biggest issue for me.
Ryan says BB needs Mateer to go pro to save his job. Hey, I don't know in front of me. Maybe Hunter can know this or look this up. But how does the quarterback class next year look? You're going to have Arch Manning probably if he goes pro. Other than him, what does it look like? Beck would be going pro. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Levitt would probably go be in pro of Arizona State. I'm just trying to think who would be the top 5 quarterbacks next year. And where would Mateer fall if he has a really good year? Because I think that would determine if he comes back or not, is where would he fall? How much NIL could you get versus going to NFL?
All depends on how what happens next year for OU, Jay.
Drew Aller, good one. Good one. I forgot about Aller.
I'm not sure he's going to be a top 5.
And he might not.
And you're right, Greg God. There's just so much that can happen. Like, unbelievably, a lot can happen.
For sure. A lot can happen. I just think it's weird the Arch would go pro after this year. He'd only have 1 season. And that's true, but there's been guys do that.
Jay,
I think he wants to win a national championship, though. I will say that. It sounds like.
Let me ask you something. This year's portal class by OU, I think I'm going to name 5 guys that, and I'm not sold on Simmons on the O-line, but Mateer, Giovanni Gibson, Satania, those 3 guys on offense are the 3 that I think are the best of the 3. And you could argue Simmons. We'll see how he does. But then on defense, Kendall Daniels, Marvin Jones. They added what I think very good pieces in the portal. They definitely didn't win the entire roster portal, but they added some great pieces of the portal. And if you combine that with what they have in the youth, if those guys can here's the key word, Jay. I'm going to say it, man. I'm going to say it. The 7-letter word that's been bad. Do you know it?
No, I don't.
If these guys can develop, then it's going to be good for OU.
And yeah, KB, I did remember hearing that too. Randy says, can Stone become a piece?
Hunter,
I think he will. I think he will become a piece.
Now, last year, Ohio State got Caleb Downs and Will Howard, correct?
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't know a lot of guys at the guys. And Judkins. Yeah, Judkins.
Why are we talking about Ohio State? I'm confused.
We were comparing about what they did in the portal last year.
They had a great class. All those guys helped them win a national championship.
They had 3 really good guys that played a huge role.
Helped them win a national championship. Junkins was one of the key players. So was Will Howard. So was Caleb Downs. I don't understand.
You finished? Are you finished?
Yeah, I am, but I don't know where you're going with
this. Mateer is a key piece for OU, correct?
Yeah.
And Judkins, go look at Judkins. His playoff was unbelievable. Going into the playoffs, him and Henderson split carries, and he wasn't great, Jay. So that was a massive get. Judkins, how he did in the playoffs. And then they had Caleb Downs on defense, who was the best player in the nation.
Hey,
what I'm saying is, I think Kendall Daniels is really, really good, and I think John Mateer is really, really good. Now, they didn't get a running back like Judkins, but Giovanni Gibson, I'm really high on. He's not going to maybe make that big of an impact, but I think he's going to be really good for OU.
Hey, you want to win a national championship at Oklahoma? The recipe's pretty clear. You have to have solid high school recruiting classes. I'm talking top 8 recruiting classes year after year after year. And then in those years, too, that you're having top 8 classes, you have to have probably top 5 or 6 portal classes. And the portal classes cannot be quantity of players. It can't be. You won't win that. It's got to be quality of a few players. It cannot be quantity. You cannot have guys come in that have never played in your program and try to play whatever defense you run. It doesn't always work out. Same on offense. So
Jay,
it's got to be a few players that are really good.
there's a great movie. I've probably used this analogy before, but Baymax from Big Hero 6. Baymax starts losing air, and you have to plug the holes. If you remember that scene in Baymax, if that scene in Big Hero 6, they put their finger here and they put their finger here, and every time they let go, there's another hole. The problem with OU lately, there's too many holes, and they can't get enough guys to fill it. They need to get to a point where they have a few holes, and they will get those 3 or 4 filled. That's where they're at. The problem is they didn't play any of the young O-linemen, so you don't know where those guys are at yet. And things, yeah, the tape scene. I think that's a good analogy, guys.
It's a pretty good analogy. KB says depth, not just bodies. It's got to be depth. You're right. And it's got to be depth that can come in and make a difference when they play. So
correct.
And hey, the fact of the matter is OU's first 2 years in the SEC schedules are brutal for Oklahoma. And that doesn't help either, but it really doesn't help when you miss in the portal and you're trying to plug holes with guys that just didn't pan out. So you do have to, I mean, I'll be the first one to admit, I didn't think Will Howard was that great of a get for Ohio State out of the portal, but he proved me wrong. He was perfect. He was perfect for what they needed. Perfect for what they needed. They have great wide receivers. He's a guy to just kind of throw the ball. I think, and I know, Jerm, you're not a big Dylan Gabriel guy. Dylan Gabriel would have.
Howard, I was right.
Dylan Gabriel would have won a national championship at Ohio State.
Okay, I'm done with. I'm done. I'm not doing this tonight. You're wrong.
What?
You're wrong.
He would have. I think he would have, Jerm.
This may be the dumbest take I've ever heard in my life. Okay, I'm done. I'm leaving this. I'm leaving. I'm done. The throws. What you're doing is you're basically diminishing what Will Howard did. Will Howard played elite.
No. I'm not diminishing. I know he did, Jerm.
And by the way,
he did.
Dylan Gabriel had tons of talent.
Hey, Howard was unbelievable. He made some key plays with his feet.
Go watch the playoff series that he had. You can't say that another quarterback would have stepped in and just done that. He threw ropes. He made good running decisions. Like, please, dude.
Hey, Jerm, I don't disagree with you.
Jay, who else could have won it, though? Who else could have won at Ohio State then? Would Drew Aller have won a natty? Would Riley Leonard have won a natty?
I think Drew Aller is a little less experienced between Howard and.
Please. Would Riley
No,
Leonard
he is.
have won
He's a lot less experienced, Jerm.
Would Shedeur Sanders have won a natty?
No, I don't think Shedeur would have because Jerm.
Shedeur wouldn't have, but Dylan Gabriel would have. Okay.
No, Shedeur's not a team. Jeremy, he's not a team guy. Have you heard the stuff coming out on him? I mean, he's not a team guy, Jerm.
I told you that, Jay, with Dion.
Oh, but you asked would he have won? I don't think so. I think Gabriel would have fit the same type of mold that Howard would. Okay, why are we arguing about it?
Well, I'm going to tell you the reason, then I'm done. Dylan Gabriel, decision making, and deep ball throwing is nothing like Will Howard did in the playoffs. Will Howard was unbelievable, dude. Like I'm mainly more upset that you're diminishing what Will Howard did. It was unbelievable, his playoffs, man.
Hey, I'm not diminishing. Hey, we got a caller on the line. I think we got Jackson. What's up?
Jay, that was a horrible take.
About Dylan Gabriel?
No, about Shedeur Sanders.
Okay, how?
You're saying that he wouldn't have won a national championship if he was on Ohio State?
I think Dylan Gabriel would have had a better chance at Ohio State.
Well, me personally,
and
I don't think it matters.
Wait, Jackson. It has nothing to do with talent. I'm just saying the team. The team fit. I think it would have fit Gabriel really good. That's all.
I don't think it really matters. I don't think it really matters what QB you would have put on Ohio State's team this year. I think over half of Power 4 starting QBs.
You're diminishing Will Howard and what he did in the playoffs.
Jeremy, I'm not diminishing Will Howard.
You absolutely are. Go back and watch the game.
Hey, first off,
Will Howard elevated his game in the playoffs. I will not deny that, Jeremy.
Jackson.
Yes.
I did not say 4 or 5 guys would have won it. I said Dylan Gabriel. That's all I said. Somebody asked Drew Aller. I said no.
Yeah.
Somebody asked Shedeur Sanders. I said no.
Hey, Jay.
That's not
Jackson,
what
Jay.
I was saying, Germ. Or
Hey,
Jay, I meant, sorry.
Who's going to get drafted higher, Jay? Will Howard or DG?
DG.
No, Dylan Gabriel won't get drafted as higher as Will Howard.
So Will Howard will get drafted higher and won a natty, and people are saying DG's better.
You know, I don't know if Will Howard. I don't know if
I
Will
never
Howard
said Dylan Gabriel was better, Jeremy. All people are saying is that he would have won a national championship.
But you don't know that he would have. He might have made
Nobody
mistakes.
knows,
Matter,
Germ.
guys.
Nobody knows that he wouldn't have either, Germ.
So let's stop talking about it. It's a dumb argument.
You. Move on. Thanks for the call,
The guy
Jackson.
won a natty, and he made. Hey, the guy won a natty, and he made big time plays to win it. Okay, hey Eric, and Gino Torretta, did he win a Heisman? Eric, did Gino Torretta win a Heisman?
Yeah.
Where did he finish in the Heisman, Jay?
Number 1.
Okay, did Chris Winkie win a Heisman?
Yeah.
Let's stop.
I would agree with you. The Heisman has nothing to do with it.
They're both Eric. Who?
Listen.
They're both Heisman winners, and you didn't know who they were. That's my point.
Germ, all I'm saying is this. I am not saying you didn't get kicked. I said, thanks for calling in. Bye. It's different than hanging up on you. All I'm saying is this is all because I said Dylan Gabriel, I think, would have won a national championship at Ohio State. That's all. And it has nothing to do with talent. I just think what they had at Ohio State, they did not need a Shedeur Sanders talented quarterback. They needed a quarterback to manage the game and make plays. And that's what I kind of think Dylan Gabriel is. And I think we would have won there. That's all. Let's move on.
I just got a question I want to ask everyone in the chat. Who's a better quarterback, Gino Torretta or Tom Brady?
I don't know what you're doing. Why are you even bringing it up? That's
Gino Torretta won Heisman.
My argument is not about Heisman's. My argument is about they needed.
I'm arguing with
what they needed was a game manager to distribute the ball, and I think Dylan Gabriel's that.
Jay,
it's the mold, and I think that's all. That's all.
Jay, I agree. He's a game manager until it got to the playoffs, and he was elite. He was a game manager until the playoffs, and then he was elite in the playoffs. Go look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did manage to get him thumped in the playoffs by Ohio State, but I'm just saying. Let's get off this subject. I'm ready to get off. I shouldn't have brought it up, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway,
bad take.
What else is going on before we close here tonight? Tomorrow's Friday.
There's nothing else.
Got any plans tomorrow, Jeremy? Friday?
Yeah, I'm working, and then moving. And hey. We're moving our dad to a different assisted living tomorrow. So I'll be doing that tomorrow night. It's at least he's a little bit excited about it. So that's good. But so, yeah, prayers as we move him and he adjusts to a new assisted living. So.
Yep. And Mark puts in here OU gymnastics tomorrow night. By the way, looks like football players are going to go out to support that. I've seen a lot of them posting on Twitter, big match. And then you got softball in a week. You got big game basketball on Saturday. Vanderbilt coming in Norman. Got to win that game. Big weekend. Women play Sunday. Kentucky. Liz Scott will not be playing as she got ejected and kicked out, and she will not be playing in the next game. Thanks for the prayers, KB. Teresa, appreciate it.
Hey,
Jackson Dart is the quarterback pick. Jackson Dart could he be the best quarterback that's drafted this year? Long-term NFL. Let's end on this. What do you think?
Well, obviously he could be. No one knows, Jay. A lot of it depends on who you go to, how much run you get early, how much you get developed, all those things.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know if y'all saw this, but Jeremiah Fear's latest mock draft, 5. He's number 5.
You think that's a coincidence why he's not giving much effort, Jay?
I'm just telling you what I
mean, I guess if I was going to be a top 5 pick in the NBA, I probably wouldn't care about college basketball.
Hey, let's close with this. If you're Porter Moser at Oklahoma basketball and you have a top 5 lottery pick and you have Jalen Moore that's on the tier of getting to the NBA and you don't make the NCAA tournament, not much you can say. I mean, that would be bad. They got to make it. They got to make the tournament. So, hey, appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Almost an hour already went through. What do you got, Jerm?
I was going to have, as we end this, make sure you check out the fan stop at thefanstop.com. Hunter can show that again. If you sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club and use code SURGE, by February 20th, you will receive this March Shirt of the Month Club. So appreciate you checking out the Fanstop at thefanstop.com. Thanks everyone for being here with us tonight. I apologize for any technical difficulties on your end because of me, but we will see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic Friday, Sooner Nation.
See ya.